Hello students, welcome to this very short segment on the remaining part of Feste's character. The last extract that we will do to understand Feste's character more fully is the one from Act 5, Scene 1 towards the very end of the play, as you can see, line 376. It starts from line 376. We'll actually start reading from line 375. Alice, poor fool, Olivia says, how have they baffled thee? How have they confused you? So obviously not referring to Feste over here, but the word fool, quite significantly, is being used to designate Malvolio. They're talking about Malvolio. And now the clown, you see the character who is lowest in social rank. And as I have told you repeatedly, social hierarchy has a very important role to play in Shakespeare's days. Now this clown, it's time for him to remind Malvolio of what he had done with Feste and the other characters. Why? Some are born great, so you see it's a kind of a taunting reminder of what Malvolio had said earlier. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was once, sir, in their interlude, once Sir Topus, sir. So it was I who impersonated as Sir Topus. But that's all one, but that's over. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. At least I am a fool. I am not mad like you. I am not insane like you. Do you remember? Do you remember when you abused me? Very early today. In fact, in the previous segment, we had come very near to that part when Olivia says that okay, he is an allowed fool because Malvolio complains about Feste's behavior, and Feste here takes the opportunity, not like a very fallen down man or a man down the social hierarchy, but almost as Malvolio's equal. To remind Malvolio of those moments. Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal, and you smile not? He is gagged. You see, he is mocking Malvolio. And now comes almost like a moral, and thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenges. So this is how time actually revenges upon someone who is abusive. That is the idea. So whirligig is a kind of archaic word which means a spinning top. Now this idea that time is circular, which is there is almost in all cultures, is a reference to that. And at that point of time you were capable of abusing me, as if Feste is saying that, and see how things have turned round. Now look at Malvolio's response. This will be very important in our understanding of Malvolio's character. Of course, we are studying Feste's character over here, but this is also very important. I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you. Malvolio does not find the fun. He is the one who is bullied. He is on the receiving end. So he takes this word revenge, and in the context of his particular banter, his particular answer to this, I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you. Look at the word pack. Now, we normally don't use it for men, a group of men, but a pack of wolves. So for Malvolio, who is cornered and who is incarcerated, who is treated as a lunatic, who becomes the butt of ridicule, these people are like wolves. You remember at the beginning the reference to the Actian myth over there? The passions of Orsino would be like the hounds that are going to kill him. So these people were like this pack of wolves, hounds almost. And this again draws us back to this line, and thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenges. And in this line becomes very serious. Just as Feste is today going to take revenge, has been successful in taking revenge on Malvolio. Malvolio will again have the opportunity to take revenge because time is cyclical. You know, the romantic comedy tradition is subverted in Twelfth Night in these themes, in the depiction of characters like Malvolio and Antonio, who leave the stage with a very bitter taste in their mouth. Olivia says, you see, now this is also a scene that revives the two characters. Now that they have got what they wanted, these characters seem to be reformed a little bit. He had been most notoriously abused, Olivia admits. He had been most notoriously abused. And the Duke says, so Olivia is sensitive. And the Duke says, pursue him and entreat him to a peace. Go after him and somehow make him reconcile with the situation or bring him to peace. So that now we can see the Duke has, come back to his usual expected position and playing his expected role. He is the person who is to be the pacifier, not someone who will instigate. So with this we end Feste's character, but what remains is Feste's songs. And I've decided to do Feste's song in a different segment because that can be an entirely independent topic. But before ending, what is the mood quality of Feste's character? Feste is intelligent. Only Feste and Viola has real knowledge of the illusions of the inhabitants of Illyria. Feste, however, is not industrious. He is an armchair philosopher. He will comment on the course of events. He will taunt on them. He will mock them, but he will hardly enter the course of events to rectify these people. Viola is more successful and far more attractive because Viola actually does it. With this, we'll end our study Feste's character. In the next segment, we'll do Feste's songs. Thank you.